And another question from a topic called matrices and transformations is hereby given to us here, and we want to look at it and then get the answer. So we are going to look at what the question is asking us to get, and I'll obviously be able to get time to take you through what we are supposed to do for us to get the answer. And I'll be pleased to just make a summary of that, then we shall be able to get the question getting done. So you have been told that there's a triangle Z. Oh, great. So there's a triangle Z, and that triangle has, of course, three vertices. They're given as A, B, and C. So the coordinates of those three sides, or those three vertices of that triangle, are as follows. So you have 2, 3, written as a column vector, 5, 3, and the last one is 4, 1. They are telling us that this triangle Z with three vertices ABC has undergone a particular transformation. And after undergoing that transformation, we shall obviously get the image Z prime. We have been told that the matrix of transformation is R. Yeah, that is what they have told us. And the coordinates of the image are, you've been told that for A prime, we have xy. They have not given us the coordinates. And for the B prime, we have -1, 3. And lastly, for the C prime, we have 2, 1. A very interesting question. Hey, I'm told that there's a triangle Z. This triangle has coordinates, of course, for the three vertices of that triangle. The three corners. A is 2, 3, B is 5, 3, and C is 4, 1. There is a matrix of transformation that transforms this object Z as a triangle to give us an image which is Z prime with three vertices with the coordinates given for each vertex. And of course, A prime is xy, B prime is -1, 3, and of course, Z is also having the third vertex, which is C prime, that has a coordinate 2, 1. So you're told to get this matrix of transformation. Let me look at the question. Have they told us the order of the matrix of transformation? Now just look at the question. By a transformation R, find the transformation matrix represented by R. Correct. We'll proceed. So let's start. I was told by my teacher that you should always be able to have this. Have the object getting multiplied by the matrix of transformation for you to get the image. Wonderful. So objects multiplied by matrix of transformation for you to get the image. So matrix of transformation times the object, you should be able to get the image. So we will be able now to begin having our arrangement so that now we shall be able to proceed to the working. Now, we can even begin by having the matrix of transformation. Then we multiply by the object. Then we shall be able to get the image. Correct. So matrix of transformation times the object, we shall get the image in terms of the coordinates. So we cannot be able to use A because the coordinates of A are unknown. So we shall just proceed to B and C. So we can come here and have that working getting done very fast. So let us start with B and then go to C so that you can be able to get the coordinates of the matrix of transformation. So let me just take that matrix of transformation as A, B, C, D. That can be our matrix of transformation. Then we have the coordinates of the object. Let's take B and C. So B and then C. So we have the coordinates of B as the object, 5, 3. And C with its coordinates, that is 4, 1. Then this must give us the image. Of course, B and C. So B prime, C prime. So A prime is not going to help us here because it is actually able to have an unknown what identity in terms of the coordinates. So we shall only use B prime and C prime. So we have -1, 3, then 2, 1. That is wonderful. Okay. I think with matrices, you're supposed to multiply in such a way that you're going to form a 7. So you go horizontally, then vertically. Correct. So I'll just come here and say, for your information, A times 5, then B times, look at that. So it will be A times 5 plus B times 3. Nice. Again, we'll come here. C and this. Let me just use a different pen for me to be able to make it very clear. So we shall have C and this, then D and this. Yeah. Of course, C and the first one, D and the second one, going downwards, vertically. So we shall have C times 5 plus D times 3. Okay, let's head to the second part. So we shall have A and 4 and B and 1. So we'll come here and say A times 4 plus B times 1. Now let me proceed to the last part. So I'll have C and 4, D and 1. So again, we'll have C times 4 plus D times 1. And of course, if I have this must be able to give us an equivalent of B prime -1, 3 and C prime 2, 1 as the coordinates of the image after that transformation with matrix A, B, C, D. In most cases, a matrix of transformation is always a 2 by 2 matrix. So that's why I've actually maintained 2 rows and then 2 columns for that. A, B, then C, D. So 2 rows, then 2 columns. A matrix is always given in as far as its order is concerned by having the first part getting captured in terms of the rows, then the second part capturing the columns. So A times 5, that is 5A, plus B times 3, that is 3B, C times 5, that is 5C, plus D times 3, that is 3D, and this goes to 4A, then plus B, then 4C, plus D. This must be equivalent to -1, 3, then 2, 1. And of course, for your information, if you know this, the first bus goes with the first part, and the second part goes with the second part. So these are down in this part, and these are in this part. So you can just equate that, then get the values of A, B, C, D, using what you call the elimination method or substitution method, or the matrix method done in form 3. So we shall come here and say 5A plus 3B is equals to -1. Then 4A plus B is equals to 2. Yeah, we can solve this simultaneously so that you can be able to get the answer. So we will just come here and make our work easier. So we shall be able to use what we call elimination. So let's have 4 here and then 5. So of course we shall have 4 times 5A, that is 20A, plus 12B is equals to -4. Of course I'm actually taking this 4 times that, and then 4 times that, then 4 times -1. Then 5 times 4A, that is 20A, plus 5 times B, that is 5B, then that is 10. Correct. That is what we are supposed to have. We shall minus going downwards, my students. 20 minus 20, that is 0. So 12 minus 5, that is 7B, is equals to -4 minus 10, that is -14. So we shall divide by 7 for us to get B. So at the end of the day, our B is -2. So the value of B is -2. Having gotten the value of B, we shall get the value of A. Let's take any of these two equations. So I'll even take the second one. So we have 4A plus B is equals to 2. I know B is -2, so I shall have 4A plus, what is B? -2. The answer must be equal to 2. I'll take -2 and do this at the side of the equal sign. So I'll have 4A is equals to 2. Minus 2 will be plus 2. Okay, so 4A is equals to 4. Divided by 4, divided by 4. I'll obviously have my A as 1. So when B is negative 2, A is 1. Let me get the other parts of those two very important expressions. So I have 5C plus 3D being equal to what? 3. Then I have 4C plus D being equal to 1. So let's apply again the elimination method. So we shall have 4 and then 5 to make our work easier. So I'll begin again. 4 times that is 20C plus that will be 12D is equals to 12. Then that will be 20C plus 5D is equals to 5. We shall again minus going downwards vertically. So that will be able to give us 0. That will be 7D is equals to 7. So divide by 7, divide by 7. I'm pretty sure that now my D again is able to be 1. So my D is 1. So let me take care of these two equations to have C getting obtained. So you have 4C plus D is equals to 1. So we shall be able to have 4C plus our D is 1 is equals to 1. So let me take 1 on this other side. So 4C is equals to 1 minus 1. So 4C is equals to 0. Divide by 4. Yes, that is correct. So and then divide by 4 as well. So again, I know very well my C is 0. So what is that matrix of transformation that had this triangle Z with coordinates ABC, or vertices ABC with their respective coordinates, undergoing a transformation R that gave us this image points A prime, B prime, C prime with those respective coordinates. So our matrix of transformation R is, we know A is 1, so we shall actually be able to capture it in this order, A, B, C, D. So A is 1, correct? B is negative 2, and C is 0, and our D is 1. So this is our matrix of transformation R that enabled us to have this triangle undergoing that transformation for us to get the A prime, B prime, then C prime. Correct.